What is up, guys? It's Firearm Files here. I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach in this video. Right now, this video, we're just going over my plate carrier. We're going to talk about it and everything, tell you how I used to have it set up, how I have it set up now, what it's for, and the brand and all that stuff that goes behind it. And I'm going to take some of the comments, suggestions on how I film these videos. So let's get straight into it. So starting off, this is my plate carrier. This is a Shellback Tactical Vest with Bulldog level 4 plates, and I'm fixing to put it on real quick and give you guys a little overview. Alright guys, so this is my plate carrier. Whenever it's on, as you see, nothing's buckled up right now. Everything's just loosely tight, put on. I didn't tighten anything. I just got the Velcro on right now. So if it looks like it fits a little wonky, that's just because I'm too lazy to actually put it all on. But this is my plate carrier. And for all you who are wondering, no, the FDE rifle that I built, that I made a video on, that is not what goes with this plate carrier. It is this guy. This is what goes with my plate carrier. So it matches decently well enough to, you know, go with the kit. So the FDE rifle is just something that I've always wanted to do. I know a lot of people in my last video were saying stuff about living in the desert and it doesn't go with the kit and all that stuff. So just want to clarify, this is the rifle that goes with this plate carrier. If I ever had to use this, that's probably the rifle I'd grab. But quickly going over the plate carrier, I have a total of 5 mags on my plate carrier, an additional 2 on my belt. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I have like 200 and something rounds on me at all times. So going down, I usually have 2 pistol mags. Right now I only have 1. The other one is in my pistol for concealed carry. I concealed carry with 2 mags. This is obviously not for a concealed carry situation, so I would have the other pistol mag right here, and then my pistol actually on my thigh. It's mounted. I have a thigh strap, but we can go over all that whenever we do the full kit one day. Right now we're just going over the plate carrier. Going left, I have a little multi-tool and a knife in here. That's good for, you know, cutting off shirts, all that stuff. These guys are really good for cutting barbed wire fence. Whenever we were doing training in Mississippi, these guys came in clutch. Going down, we have my dangler. I know it's kind of off to the side here, but my dangler has a bunch of medical gear. I have an extra knife in here, but if we go towards the top right here, if I could find the fucking, we have, I know this is kind of, we have a chest seal for chest wound cavities, obviously gloves. We have markers to write on our tourniquets, and we have tourniquets and then gauze and wraps. So just a little gunshot wound kit to treat gunshot wounds. Nothing crazy, but this definitely is a must-have for all this. I'm actually thinking about getting a second one of these to mount on my lower back. So if I took a gunshot wound, then if I'm on the ground or whatever, somebody can take it off my back and use it on me. But right now, this is just for other people. This would never really be used for me per se. Going on the side of the vest, we have more medical. There's an additional tourniquet in here, gauze, all that stuff. Another set of gloves and scissors. Scissors that are meant for cutting shirts and stuff like that. And then right here, I have a radio pouch. I do not have a radio that's set up with other radios around me. So right now my radio is literally just for myself. So eventually I got to get set up with other people and other radios and stuff to make that actually, you know, work efficiently, right? How this works, no, it is not a quick detach, which I absolutely hate. My mags come up and then these guys come around Velcro. And then I also have these little guys right here that clip in that you can tighten down. So then of course, CIU Mason see an American flag. Obviously you want to have some sort of identification factor whenever it goes into it. If you had a different flag, maybe something that was used in the 40s or something with a certain symbol on there, people will know that you're not the bad guy, or that you are the bad guy, my bad guys, that you are the bad guy, and you just want something identifying on there to show kind of what you're into, who you're fighting for, all this and that, just to avoid confusion. Because if we as civilians were to use something like this, there's obviously chaos going on, and just anything that helps identifies you know, who you are or what's going on, it can help with any of those situations. Like I said, this is the active shoot kit. It is another word, but I don't think I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. It's the active shoot kit, meant to combat active people that shoot. On the back, we have a drag handle. These guys are very important. That could save your life one day. If you ever get hit, somebody can grab this, drag you off. But now let's get into the plates. So coming down here, if I lift up my dangler and just yank that, then that opens up the pouch for my plates. I know it does not say Bulldog on here. I bought these from Bulldog though. They are level 4 plates. Shellback Tactical and Bulldog. It was I guess, I mean, are they Bulldog? I bought them off the Bulldog website, but they say Shellback. That's also where I got my vest. These guys are level 4 plates, medium size. They are ceramic, so they will crack and all that, but with ceramic, it deflects rounds. So whenever a round actually hits, it tends to splatter on steel. This will kind of absorb that and make it to where you won't have fragments going into your arms or other parts of your bodies and stuff like that. Each one of these plates, and before I give you a weight, I don't want to say I know the weight exactly, and people say, oh, you have 25-pound plates. I think each one of these plates are 8 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. And I have 2 of them, one in the front, one in the back, and then with 5 magazines on the plate carrier fully loaded. The plate carrier is about 30 pounds, roughly closer to 27, but just if we were going on average, rounding up, whatever, it's about 30 pounds, which is usually kind of right for most of these plate carrier setups. But you see a lot of guys out there running more plate carriers that don't have as much, that are lighter, more ballistic or minimalistic is what I'm trying to say, plate carriers. And there's a reason that I run mine like this, and we'll get into that right now. So the reason that I run such a heavy setup, as some people might say, one, I'm not the guy to be cussing and talking down on people. I'm not a puss, right? I can handle a heavier weight setup. Not saying I'm the strongest guy there ever was. I can bench press a whole lot, any of that. It's just I can physically run a heavier setup, and I can run it decently well. Whenever we've done training in Mississippi, you know, you go out to the camp, everybody drinks at night, you set up targets, have a fire, forget about all of it. Next morning, you wake up, suit up, go out there, engage with targets, practice firing drills, all that, and you're in your kit all day. I've found that that is heavy, yes, but it's not heavy enough to take me out of the fight, and I can work efficiently in that setup, right? But the reason it is so heavy is because the way I have my kit set up is for more of a lone, a worker that's alone, right? You see these guys with these high cut vests, and they're super small. They have a total of 3 mags and a pistol mag on their hip, and they got nods and all this stuff, and helmet is my next thing, obviously. But they have all this tactical gear, and they're working in teams of 7, 8 people sometimes, and they're going doing CQB, kicking doors, doing this, doing that. They have that team aspect to them. This is kind of like you're on your own. I don't have a team with me, right? The closest buddies of mine that I used to train with, not so much anymore. I do most of my training at the range now. My closest buddies that I used to train with are miles away, and if anything were to happen, which it won't, right? Because I'm a believer in Christ. I don't believe anything's gonna happen till the end comes, and then but that's a whole separate thing. I don't ever think, you know, war's just gonna break out tomorrow. You know, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I don't rely on having a team with me to where I can run light and we can all be light, but very tactical and work together good, and everybody has their own roles. I kind of try and play the role of everything, which is not how you really want to do it, but if you know that you don't have a lot of guys with you, or you're not going to have a lot of guys with you, it's best to be prepared as much as you can, right? So my whole kit is a lot heavier just because I feel like I need more things, because I'd be by myself in those scenarios, or with my family, obviously. But my family doesn't have CQB training, and they don't have plate carriers and all this stuff. All they got is a couple AHRs, right? So whenever it goes down to it, I'm gonna be the one that's
doing all the crazy stuff. So I just need a heavier setup with, you know, more medical, more mags, tools, all this stuff, right? I know obviously I said we were just talking about the plate carrier, but something that goes along with my plate carrier that I usually have mounted to my plate carrier is my gloves. These are also from Shellback Tactical. I used to have a foam mount on my plate carrier that you can flip down, read a map, flip back up, you can video all the stuff. I got rid of it. It's actually on my chest rig up there. That is for just lighter practices, and I'll tell y'all some of the mistakes I made with the chest rig and all that. But these guys do go with my kit. Super good because you can use them on touchpads, iPhones, whatever. They have carbon fiber carbon fiber knuckles. I'm trying to speak so fast I'm not jambling around. But these guys work really great, and these also go with my kit. And like I said, I usually always have these on the plate carrier as well. But a good set of gloves like this runs you 50 bucks. So I mean, these are absolute must-have, especially whenever you're getting into wet scenarios and stuff's wet, muddy, dirty. You're cutting barbed wire, doing shit with knives, blood. I mean, any of that. I haven't dealt with blood in training scenarios, but everything else I have, and gloves truly helps out, especially whenever it's cold out. Alright guys, so that was pretty much everything on my plate carrier. My plate carrier, how it sits right now, was about 1,100 bucks. It was, I think I bought it whenever it was 270 bucks a plate, so almost $600 just for the plates. The actual vest itself was, I think, 150, and then you add mags and pistol mags, tools, medical kit. It came out to about 1,100. Whenever I had it previously configured the first time, I had about 900 into it, but then I switched from there, and that was just a big mistake that I had, how I had it configured, and we're fixing to go over that right now. So one of the biggest mistakes that I made whenever I first built my plate carrier was, one, obviously cheaping out like everybody does. Don't cheap out. You're not going to be satisfied. You're going to waste the money, and it's not going to perform like you want it to. Another thing is, I'm a absolute fucking nerd, and I thought Desert Storm and Desert Shield were the coolest things that has ever happened in America's history. Everything else is absolutely lame. So I was a big fan of the plate carrier and then a chest rig on top. So funny enough, I had a plate carrier with absolutely nothing on it, just a plate in the front, plate in the back, plain, no mags, nothing on it. And then I had my chest rig over top, like how they did in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and all that stuff. So that is obviously, guys, a big no-no. It was super cumbersome. It looked very finicky. Did not work well. I mean, there's a reason we kind of got away from that. Now everything's mounted to the plate carrier. So I don't suggest doing that. I did that. It was cheaper. I thought it looked cool. It didn't work very well. I mean, my side profile, whenever I was, you know, I had my plate carrier on, I was like almost 8 inches, if not more, like 9-10 inches of gear hanging off my chest, and it just wasn't worth it, guys. It's absolutely not worth it. So that is a big no-go. If I've seen people do it, if you do it, you definitely can make it right. Just how I had mine set up did not work for me, so I completely revamped my vest, got mag pouches, radio pouch, med pouches, all the stuff that I needed to be successful and comfortable with how I train and everything. Alright guys, so before y'all leave out, pretty much that wraps up the sum of the video, going over my plate gear and everything. But I wanted to address this one guy who was honestly making me a little mad in the comments. He said that I didn't train, that I don't train, I need to do training, this and that, blah 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 blah. He was upset that I did fake wear on my gun, which is totally cool, guys. If you don't like what I do, you know, that's your personal preference. But I just wanted to kind of address him in this last part. So this is just me ranting. If y'all want to go away, I appreciate y'all watching. But if y'all want to stick around and listen to my rant for the next 2.5 minutes, then please do. Alright guys, so I have 2 rifles here. I made a video on this rifle the other day, and I was told, fake wear and tear looks gay, blah blah blah. You obviously don't train. If you put fake wear on your guns and your light and all this, you obviously don't train. I do train. I have a plate carrier, and my cat bowl is right next to my plate carrier. And I do train, not as much as I'd like. Usually, always once, sometimes twice a week. I do need to train more. Obviously, not saying I'm the most qualified guy in the world, but I did want to emphasize that I did this to the rifle. Yes, I do not train with this rifle, although I am trying to. I'll do some clips of me at the range just doing some reload and empty chamber, reload, empty mags, changing out and all that real quick. I'll put a clip of that right here. So although I do somewhat train with this rifle, I really don't. This is the rifle I actually train with. I take out whenever I kit up, I use this rifle, and this rifle has real wear on it from being shot thousands of times. I mean, it's been painted 3 times. It's old. It has an FRT in it. I mean, there's real wear on all of my little parts right here, like all this. So, and I completely dig this look. This is all natural, so I wanted to copy it on here and put the wear and tear on here. I mean, it's all aluminum. It's not gonna rust or anything. So to that guy, I do train, dude. Don't worry about me. Trust me, I train as much as I possibly can, right? I have a baby on the way. I have a full-time job. But thank God I'm blessed enough to have stuff like this be part of my job, right? But even then, I'm not training all the time. I try and train when I can. But I just want to show you, this is the actual rifle that I train with, dude. This is not, obviously, like you called me out for. I don't train with this rifle, and I'll be the first one to admit that, even though I'm trying to start integrating that. This is my main. This is the rifle I'm most comfortable with. I've had this rifle since I was 18 years old, and I know everything there is to know about this rifle, and I've actually done a breakdown on this before. So this is kind of my recce rifle, do it all. You have short and long range because that's LPVO. Short range whenever you're scoped in and everything, something happens. FRT, light, gonna put a can on it soon. B5, just because I like to have cheek wells. I like to have a good thick cheek well. Obviously got a sling. Have an aftermarket barrel, have an aftermarket BCG. Used to have an aftermarket charging handle, but I put that on this rifle because I've been shooting and trying to train with this a lot more. But this was just really for that guy that said, oh, you dirty up your rifle, you don't train, you just want it to look like you train. I promise, dude, I do. If y'all want to see some videos of me actually training, actually kitting up, doing reloads, doing LARP scenarios, y'all just let me know. And next time I go out there, I'll try and mount up the phone on my chest or something. Y'all can kind of see some of the scenarios that we do and train for. But back to the video, I just wanted to kind of get that rant off my chest because it hurt me. He was like, you don't train, and you dirty up your rifle, so you must not train. I do, bro, I promise, but maybe not as much as you do, I looked on your TikTok page or whatever you want to call it, and I saw you sitting down talking about night vision and shit, so I guess you train too. But it's really not a big measuring contest, right? Everybody trains at their own pace and stuff. I just want to emphasize, I'm not just some kid talking on here that doesn't know shit. I work on guns. I'm actually a gunsmith. Everything about the AK, Glock, and AR platform, and whenever I say Glock, I mean Glock clones. So thousands of handguns. Anything on those 3 platforms, I'm completely qualified and trained to work on. And then along with that, I train with the AR and the Glock platform more than anything else, right? So I did want to emphasize, I do train, I try. But also, guys, let me know what rifle is your favorite. Y'all have kind of seen the majority of my rifles, right? Y'all have seen the FDE one we just did a video on. Y'all seen my kind of camo do-it-all rifle that looks a little wonky but actually works fabulous. I wish this LPVO was further back, but I have to have a Canon red dot, or if y'all like the retro more. So y'all let me know in the comments below which rifle is kind of your favorite. If y'all have any comments, questions, or concerns, please ask. Absolutely, I would love to respond. If you look at some of my past engagements on all my other videos, I try to respond to literally every single comment. I appreciate you guys watching. If y'all need anything from me, shoot me a comment, DM me, however, get in touch with me, and I'll be glad to help you out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and God bless all of you.